Hello everyone, welcome to Cook and Bake with Samir. Today we are going to be making a soup. Sometimes you'll have a sore throat or not feeling well and you want some chicken noodle soup, but I'm not going to make a chicken noodle soup. I'm going to make chicken vermicelli soup and Middle Eastern way. And I'll show you how we're doing it. First, I have here 12 cups of water with three boneless chicken breasts. And I'm heating up the water. When it starts getting to a boil, we're going to have something that's going to start floating on top, like residue and things like this that we need to take out. But I'm also going to be adding the two teaspoons of salt, and I have a teaspoon also of white pepper in there. I mixed them together. You could just add the pepper later, but this is fine. And then after that, I'll show you we're going to be adding a couple of vegetables and other herbs, but we're not going to use them as part of the soup. They're just going to be there for flavoring our chicken. The chicken is only going to be cooked for 12, 13 minutes. We need it to get to that internal temperature of 165. But it's a quick dish. It doesn't take long. It's easy to make. And the vermicelli later will take about 6 minutes to finish. All right, we'll show you later what we're going to do. Our chicken started to boil. I just turned it down to simmering, kind of medium low. Uh, so this is what I was talking about, the things that we need to remove. The foam that builds up here. And be careful also after you remove all this. Remember, the chicken was still not cooked, so this is make sure you clean your utensils and these items very well, just like if you were working with raw chicken. And I did not mix the pepper. The pepper floated, so I'm going to add again the teaspoon. Like I mentioned, I didn't really want it to put the pepper in there at the beginning. I only want to put the salt, but I was just mixing them together when I was putting the ingredients on the side. So we get as much as possible out. Here we go. Uh, there, I'm not gonna cut this off for you guys. I'm gonna put the whole thing. It just so it affects the flavor. That's why we remove these to get rid of that chickeny flavor. All right. There we go. So now we're going to start adding our ingredients in there. And just please be careful when you add them in because this is hot. I have here 2 sticks of medium-sized celery, 2 sticks of medium carrots, or one large one, depending on what you have. So we're going to put those in here. And part of the vegetables is chopped medium-sized onion. See how I'm chopping it here? This board, the onion is too big for the board, or the board is too small for the onion? All right. We'll see you. We'll see you on the pot, at the pot. I'm sorry, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, of grounded cinnamon. I'm adding 4 medium-sized cloves of garlic. And also, I'm adding 1 cinnamon stick. If you don't have a cinnamon stick, do 1.5 teaspoon of the ground cinnamon. I have 2 bay leaves here. They look like 3, but they're like somebody was chewing on them or something. But so there's technically two bay leaves, and I'm also going to be putting some fresh nutmeg in there, about half a teaspoon. Then I'll mix them together, and then we're going to let them simmer for about there. There we go. Then we will let them simmer for about 12 minutes. Then I'm going to check the temperature on the chicken. Let me mix them up a little bit here. We don't need to cover them. This is going to be good. Okay, so just mix them up a little bit so everything gets mixed up. And then we'll be back. Now our chicken has about 3 minutes left. So I have my cup and a quarter of vermicelli. This is how it's spelled and what it is. And I'll show you in a minute how it looks like too as well. But let me start here quickly on a really 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. And for this cup and a quarter, I'm not frying them or anything. I just need them to change the quick color. Now here, sometimes if you don't find this, you might find some other thicker ones, not as thin as this. But let me show you here how thin they are. This is what we use in the rice as well, as vermicelli. I like it better than using the noodle. And because the noodle is fine. If you have to use a noodle, it's fine. You can follow the same recipe and use the noodle, but maybe about a cup of the noodles, or you can, if you want a cup and a quarter still, it's good. But here, I'm going to put this cup and a quarter here. I just want to kind of brown them a little bit. I'm not going to use the oil that's in there, but it's not really browning. It's almost just like turning them a little bit, just changing the color just a little bit there. There we go. Bring them down. Again, it's not like I'm roasting them or anything like this. Just give them a little bit of a special flavor. All right. And when these are done, actually, they're probably going to absorb the whole oil anyway. It doesn't look like there's going to be much oil in there. If you find you had a lot of oil, then I would just take them out and not use the oil. But this looks like it will absorb it. And I will also turn them. Here, I can turn them by hand here. Yeah, I didn't use a lot anyway. So there. If you want to use a spatula, it'll be good so you don't burn your hands. But I'm not really touching the bottom of I just coated all of them so that way. And I have it on medium low, really just about 3 minutes. That's all we want. Also, I'll show you how I'm going to check the temperature. If you don't have a temperature gauge to check the internal and you don't want to, you want to be safe, 15 minutes is okay. It's not going to hurt it because we're not going to cook it anymore. I'm going to take it out, put it on the board, let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then julienne it and cut it, and then put it back in there because already's got the flavoring in there. We just in that meantime, we will cook the vermicelli for 6 minutes in the water. Here, let me toss these real quick. There we go. Just a quick toss here. They've been in there for about a couple minutes, another minute, and then I'll just turn them off. They've been on medium low. For the chicken, I also want you to keep an eye on them while they are boiling so they don't overboil. So don't just put them and leave them. Keep an eye if you need to take it to medium low. I took it up to medium at the beginning. Then I brought it down to medium, halfway between medium low and medium. So let's check the temperature of the chicken breasts here. We want them at, as I mentioned, around 165. I'm going to check the thickest part here. Excellent. It's even 176. So that's it. They're done. I need to take them out. So the chicken is great. Let's do this. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to take them out. Okay, I'm going to put the chicken again to rest, let it rest for about 10 minutes. Actually, the vermicelli is done. I'm turning all that off too. Let's take the chicken breasts out and let them rest on the board here. Oh, they look beautiful. The aroma also from the water or from the soup is really really good. Yeah, so this would be this. I'm gonna check this really big one, this really thick one. The one I picked was a thinner one too. I'm gonna double check the temperature. I like to stay on the safe side with the chicken here. Let's see the internal temperature. We're good. We're good. Excellent. Okay, we're good. All right. Uh, we'll let them rest. So what I'm going to do, I was thinking of draining it, and there's the easier way would be to use something like this. I'll to get everything out. And I saw them; they were floating. They're not going to give me a hard time. I would have put them in a strain. I would have strained the whole thing out and put it in a strainer. But they're really they held together well, and everything is good there. Uh, I might even put a strainer and get some more things out, possibly. We'll see. But this is good. I don't need to change pots, so less dishes. I think that's it. I see one little garlic there. All right, so this is here. This is done. We'll take those out and let's put our vermicelli in here and cook it for, yeah, there wasn't much oil in there. We're going to cook it for 6 minutes. By that time, we will have we'll go and start cutting up our chicken in about another 8 minutes or so. I'm just turning them here. I'm trying not to touch the bottom of the pan so not to scratch it. And then I'll also get a spatula and clean these out. All right, see you in 5. Look how the vermicelli is boiling. Doesn't it look nice? And you see how the water went down because we didn't have it covered, but we needed the 12 cups. And 9 seconds, and they're done. And I had it on medium, by the way, just letting them boil in there. And also all those flavors will go inside that vermicelli. Okay, we're going to go and cut up our chicken. So we let our chicken rest. Why? Just like with the steak. We need all those flavors, all that moisture to stay inside. If I cut it right away, everything would have come out. You can also shred it with your hands, or if you want gloves on, and shred it with your hands too. And you can also cut it into pieces, whichever you like. Shredding is nice, but I'm going to do some julienne on there. But I'm also, because this is a thick one, I'm going to, I didn't put gloves on because you know what? I'm going to put gloves on. Hold on. It's better. So I put the glove on so it's easier to hold it. But I wanted to make this a little smaller, I mean thinner, sorry. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to julienne them here. Oh, they're there. Should we taste that chicken, or do you want it just in? Should we taste it? Okay, we have a request here. Let's see how it is. Would you? I can also. I'm going to also cut them one more, like one big one. Are we rolling? All right. Oh, you're. Wait. I didn't know we were still rolling. Camera crew said, I thought we said we were tasting. What happened? Where did you go? There you go. You're welcome. It's good? Good. Let me try. Let me, I'll grab that little flavor. Yeah, we haven't. I know we haven't tasted the over there. Let me try the chicken. Just a little piece here. Mm. That's going to be such a yummy soup. All right, so I'm going to cut the rest of these, put them in there. We'll also I'm going to taste, make sure the salt is okay in the soup itself before we put it in a bowl and taste it together. Now we're putting our julienne or shredded chicken. It's almost like shredded. That's how I like it in our soup. And then I'm going to mix it a little bit. I want it to be in there for a couple minutes, mainly so the chicken also bathes in that wonderful sauce. Oh, this is nice. You see these? It's also good. All right, let me taste the soup real quick. Somehow, when we're recording, must be the battery was low on the mic, so there's no sound. So that's why I had to do this voiceover here. Just trying the soup part or the broth part of that soup. Honestly, it was very good. The flavors, the salt was right on point. And again, we didn't use any special broth. We just used the water. We seasoned it ourselves with all those vegetables. You could taste a special taste. You don't taste a particular vegetable or the other. Let's taste the whole soup. As pouring our soup in the bowl, look at that smooth broth that's in there. It's so delicious, so yummy. You really need to try it. And even if you try it with noodles, don't be afraid. It's okay. It'll just be a little bit thicker. I like it with the vermicelli because it's just easier on the throat when you have a sore throat for swallowing the whole thing. Okay, enough talking and let's eat. It looks really good. You have to be there and to see how it is. Look how hot it is. You see that steam? I had to wait like a second there. Just it's like you'd worry about burning your mouth when you were eating it there. That was so yummy, so great, and so delicious. Here, see, I couldn't resist. I had to take another spoon. But really, the flavors from all those vegetables and the cinnamon that we put in there, they all come together in a special taste where you're not just tasting one or the other. And you really need to try it and let me know how it turns out or what you like to add, maybe other things in there. And please don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification button so you could see all the upcoming videos that we will be posting. All right, until next time, you take care. Bye-bye.